Rightio. For our second drink that we're making with the wonderful Dolin vermouth, we're going to make a classic dry martini. Taking your pre-chilled mixing glass, pour in your ratio of gin to dry vermouth. Now, a martini should always have French dry vermouth, predominantly because it does have more floral notes, but also because French dry vermouths tend to have a little bit more wine in them, especially the Dolin vermouth, and that counterbalances the gin as well as the orange bitters very nicely. All comes together to create a very smooth, tasty drink. Okay, now, the reason why I said your ratio is a lot of people go different. I, at Qualia, serve a 3-to-1, so you get plenty of gin. There we go, 3 measures, yum. To 1 measure of the lovely Dolin Dry vermouth. Now, here is the very important part of a real dry martini. It's a very little known ingredient, I find, and even if you request it in bars, a lot of bartenders will tell you that you're completely wrong and that you shouldn't add this, but make sure they do. It changes the martini so much. It's just a good couple of dashes of a quality orange bitters. We tend to use Ragen's orange bitters with Dolin and our house gin, Bombay Sapphire, because the strength that's in Ragen's bitters tends to really mellow out the other 2 ingredients quite nicely. Okay, let's get stirring. Get plenty of ice in there because you really want to chill this down. Martinis need to be very cold, much colder than a lot of other cocktails. As you chill down the alcohol, what happens is the sweeter notes tend to come forward first. In fact, alcohol tasted at below -10 degrees Celsius will purely taste sweet. There's no other flavor that the tongue will be able to pick up. So the colder it is, the more the sweet notes tend to come through, which will open up beautifully with the floral notes from the vermouth. Sometimes people ask, how do you know when it's done? It's not like it's a piece of chicken and it's going to be cooked all the way through. And it's not really about it being cold. You could put a thermometer in there and make certain, but, well, that just looks a little bit too high-tech for a classic cocktail. So, I say it's done, and stirring becomes ridiculously easy, like you're only moving around liquid. Okay, there we are. Take your chilled cocktail glass. Once again, a nice small cocktail glass so you're not taking too much of the alcohol in at any one time. Pour the martini in. Get the carafe. And its little ice nest. Get in there nice and deep. And there is the classic dry martini.